this this work shed full of tools, and if you could just kind of go and look at that, and if you could kind of go inside and look at it, because you'll see like screwdrivers all on a wall, color-coded screwdrivers, by the way, and all kinds of sanders and stuff. It's a beautiful thing. I'll never look like that again. So, just go look at it.
Have you slept in it yet?
Every morning I come here early and I go in and it's just so go have a look at that. It's called Rick's Place, because one of our board members, Rick Brzezowski, is a guy who actually did a lot of work to make it happen, and it's very cool. And we're able to do all kinds of cool things with design technology. Anyway. So have a look, but just before Adrian gives you a sense of what's going on, these three folks are going to introduce themselves, give you a sense of who they are and what they do for school.
Hello. My name is Jennifer Henderson. I'm the assistant head, and I wear many other hats. So I really just wanted to tell you, we thought of saying just two things that we're doing that we think are cool and your kids think are cool. One hat I wear is math teacher, and the grade 7s right now are studying area of triangles and rectangles, and we said, project, what are we going to do? And I said, what about gingerbread houses? So they and I worked together to figure out what are we going to do, and so they are designing gingerbread houses of their own design. They're constructing them next week on Tuesday, but they have to do a full net of their drawing, a 3D drawing, and also calculate all the roof sides, angles that they're going to be working with. So there was some really cool conversations happening today about how the roof was going to be supported and whether it was going to fit, and they had to do a lot of measurements and calculations for that, which put it into the real life perspective, which is always fun, and the fact that we get to eat it is even more fun. Another hat that I wear.
Did
yes,
they tell you that they wish they'd had your lesson before they tried to build the birdhouses?
I'm sure we can get together. I also wear another hat. I'm the Masterworks coordinator, and the grade 9s do a project that most of you know about. It's a year-long project where they do an inquiry of their own choice, and they're set up with external advisors that are experienced in the field or have expertise or professionals in the field. And I just want to share with you a couple of the projects that they're doing, because it's been very cool. We're halfway through a third of the way through the process. We've got one girl writing a short story. We've got someone redesigning and building, hopefully, a bike park for Bowen Island. We've got kids building surfboards, a kid building a bike. They're working with welders on the island. We've got Angus designing a backpack that he's working in the Arc'teryx offices, where he gets access to all of their cool stuff. We've got someone studying global warming and doing a photo documentary of it. All huge range. I can tell you all 18 of them if you'd like, but come talk to me afterwards. So lots of stuff going on, and all the teachers that you see tonight, ask them what's happening in their classes, because there's some neat stuff happening. You know more from Chelsea.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Luchensky, and like Jen, I wear several different hats at the school. My main role is running the French program. So typically every term the students learn a play where they'll study it for several months, and it's just really exciting and neat to see how after several months of learning these plays, they learn so much vocabulary and they become that much more fluent in a second language. It's also learning sign language as well, because as I'm teaching new vocabulary, there's sign languages. For example, if I said, je m'appelle, they know what I'm talking about through different signs and symbols to help them acquire new language. So I'm always really proud of them to see at the end of the term just how much they've learned and can apply a new language. It's really interesting to see. Another thing I do at the school is I'm the school community service and excursion coordinator. So almost every week we either go on an excursion or do community service, and I think it's such a valuable aspect to our school. Students are able to go out into the city, they get to go to the symphony or do physical activities, and they're really just getting to explore culture and just different aspects of learning that way. Also, we do community service. So, for example, next week our students get to we're raising funds for the food bank here on Bowen Island, and we're collecting food for the food bank in our local community, as well as we're looking to raise money for a more global sense where they will be raising funds for, it's an organization called Kiva. It's microfinancing, if you've ever heard of that, where you donate money as a loan, and then it will help someone in another country perhaps put money towards buying machinery for their farm or buying more seeds for their crops. So they really get to learn a global sense as well and reach out into the community and the global community as well. So I'm very passionate about those two things and feel very fortunate that I get to work with those students in those aspects.
Hi, I'm Victoria Van Schoen. I teach English 6 and Humanities 6, 7 and Phys Ed for the school. This term has been really exciting, I think, for me as a teacher, because there was the municipal elections, and so I enrolled the students in a program called Student Vote, where they actually got to vote for the local municipal candidates. And I wonder if those on Bowen could guess who the mayor was that was voted for. Does anybody have a guess? Yeah, Stacey Beamer. But interestingly enough, the students voted for the exact same counselors that were actually voted in by adults. So I thought that was pretty neat. They researched the candidates. A few of them even emailed candidates and had them respond back to them. So we learned all about their platforms. And then kind of as we were doing that at the same time, the students formed 2 political parties, and we became the House of Commons, one with the opposition and then the actual government. And we watched, I don't know if any of you have ever been on CPAC, but we watched Question Period on there, which got kind of heated, and they loved it, so they wanted to do that. So it was going to be one class, and I was like, oh, it was fantastic, because they're arguing and booing, and they have to stand up, and they have a speaker, and so we had to do it for 2 classes, and they had to defend their platforms. So it was really neat to see the students so engaged with the process. In the student vote program, I think, when the federal election comes up, we're going to do the same thing next year. Another thing which you'll notice upstairs in the English room is this project that the students actually created. So I wanted them to do a piece of writing based on a character that they created. And so we brainstormed, okay, so what would that writing look like? And I thought originally short stories or little mini pieces, and of course they want to go above and beyond, so they've decided almost all of them to write novellas this year. So upstairs you'll notice it's just the beginning part of their novellas, and it's paired with a piece of art, so they've actually had to visually draw or paint or create their characters. So you'll see that upstairs there. It's pretty neat. Yeah, got young writers there, so it's exciting.
IPS is incredibly fortunate in the staff that we have. We've got these 3 folks, we've got another 3 full-time teachers. Maybe another night we'll find time to get them to be able to talk to as well. We've got learning assistant staff, we've got Barb, the Center of the University, keeps the office going. So we've got a really great group of staff that actually makes the school come together, so we're really fortunate to have them. And I call on Adrian just to give a sense of what's next.
Hi everyone, I'm Adrian. I'm the art department. Anyway, tonight you'll get to see the cool things that your kids do, and they're all over the school. So we have 4 classrooms upstairs. Right above us is the grade 9s in the green classroom, and I went and found a bunch of records, and I thought, I like records. And they do too, so we took them and they made them into things. It's actually pretty cool. So you'll get to see that. In that same room are the stuff from their design tech class, and I have no idea what that is, so you'll get to see it. In that room then would be the grade 7s, and they made masks, and they're incredible. And they also made birdhouses in tech, and they're also incredible. So you get to see those. Across the way in the purple room, we have the grade 6s, and that's where they have their stories, their characters represented. We were studying elements of art, and they're represented in a whole array of ways. It's amazing, actually. And then grade 8, actually in art, we're doing music, and they would have killed me if I asked them to present it to you. So you don't get to see that. I do, and we'll see that on Friday. But they have their tech stuff. They made YouTube tutorial videos. So they've set it up like a movie theater. And it looks pretty cozy in there. So there's some great stuff.
Also in the computer lab itself, the grade 7s have their projects either on posters that you can look at, or they have models and they also have stuff on the computer. So you might need to ask them, tell me about your project, because some of them are presented verbally.
Right. Cool. So they're all over. Upstairs is the place to be, and there's some great stuff. So enjoy, and thanks so much for coming. You could have easily, well, stayed in bed. It looks like pretty nasty out there, but it's great in here. So enjoy it, and thanks again so much for coming to this.
If you have questions about the school, make sure you ask staff. We've got these little name tags. I'll be around as well. If you're heading back on the ferry, 7:45 sharp, the bus is leaving, so you got to keep an eye on time. And then you'll get on the 8 o'clock boat. Thanks, folks. Thanks so much.